Darci Lynne Farmer is almost 21 now, and to millions, she'll always be the 12-year-old who wowed America's Got Talent. But is she ready to hang up that childhood image? We caught up with Darci herself. On her current tour, she opened up to us about where she's headed next and the struggles she's faced along the way. Hi everyone, I'm Starla Simpacco, and this is Talent Recap's Catch Up. Hey Darci, thank you so much for joining us today. Now to begin, I know you're currently on your up-close and personal tour. Do you have any funny stories related to touring?
Let's see, one time we were driving to the venue to one of my shows. We were in Chicago. Somehow the back of the car was open. We didn't realize it. And one of my puppet cases flew out the back of the car into the middle of a main, busy road in Chicago. So my mom eventually sees it and screaming and she stopped the car. And she gets out, gets the suitcase, and the puppet is unscathed. And it was a puppet I don't use in my shows anymore, but her name's Katie, and she's the yodeling cowgirl. But yeah. It was insane.
Wow, so now you're back on tour. How do you manage your relationships while you're on the road and you're so busy?
I think what's important in that is controlling your own schedule and allowing time for yourself to prioritize friendships and relationships and have time at home. Because if you don't have people surrounding you and giving you that break and that space from being out on the road, or if you don't allow yourself time for your friends, you're just gonna go crazy. And so I think the first step in that is honestly just not overworking yourself where you have no life. And my parents did a really good job of that when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, and traveling and touring then, which was crazy. And now, I'm taking more charge of where I'm going and when I'm going and when I want to be home and everything. And I just have good friends who are really patient with my schedule too.
Now, you've been on the road and touring ever since you won AGT, and you're almost 21 now. What do you want your fans to know?
I don't know. I think that people tend to forget that we're humans too, and that we do grow up. I think for me, the main issue is people have frozen me at 12 years old, which is difficult, especially as a kid in the spotlight. There's just so much pressure to be perfect. There's a lot to it, a lot of layers.
In the years that you've been doing this, have you ever wanted to quit?
I don't think I ever fully was I'm done. But there was a point where I was you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'll just go to college and study music or something. And that's when I really wanted to pursue music and kind of face a little bit of rejection, with the people that follow me, you're just a ventriloquist and you always only be a ventriloquist, which is true. I'm gonna be a ventriloquist the rest of my life because that's what made me who I am today, and I love what I do. Part of me wants really badly to connect to people with music, and I'm not quite there yet, and that's okay. But I did face a bit of that rejection my senior year of high school, where I was I'm done, I don't want to do it. But not really. I knew deep down I was always meant to perform and keep performing. This is what I'm going to do the rest of my life, so.
That makes a lot of sense. Do you ever experience self-doubt?
I'm doubting myself right now. To be transparent and vulnerable, I'm at a point where I'm just kind of at a weird place in my career where I'm trying to kind of rebrand and establish who I am now, keeping my show, my material family friendly, but also have it grow up with me and mature with me in a way. It's just kind of difficult. I think a healthy amount of doubt is what makes a good artist, maybe. Not doubt, but self-critique. But I think sometimes, it can go overboard and I can doubt myself way too much, so.
It can be really hard to go through that alone. So do you have anyone, a crush or a friend who grounds you in tough times?
Definitely my boyfriend, Kenny. Yeah, he makes everything better, honestly. I honestly hug and love is stupid. And then I met Kenny, and so then now my opinion has completely changed. All the time I'm well, Dad, it's your future son-in-law, and he's no. And I'm you have to deal with it. I'm in love. So no, he definitely grounds me. He is just the best. He supports everything I do and loves me very well and loves the Lord, it's just the best. He's also really funny, so that's helpful. And then of course my best friends, who doesn't need their girls, so they ground me as well.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. So I have to ask, since you mentioned your boyfriend, What are your biggest green and red flags in a relationship?
Ooh, I feel like my biggest green flag is like really good communication, which like I think it's so important. Like it's so important to communicate. I think that's like a really big green flag. A red flag? I think when someone makes you feel bad about something that you don't want to do or that you shouldn't, feel bad for, if that makes sense. That's a good question too. And also not caring about like your like hopes and dreams, I feel like that's important, like someone to support you along the way.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Those green flags are chef's kiss. Now on the flip side, we are curious, have you ever had your heart broken?
Like love heartbroken? I think I've broken my own heart, if that makes sense. Like, a boy's never broken my heart. I'm actually, like, very much in love right now. And I'm gonna marry this boy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, I've definitely broken my own heart a lot. Like, going back to being my own worst critic. It's pretty bad. And so I've had to work on that. I think a part of my heart broke whenever I went back on AGT and like kind of performed solo, which I do not regret at all, because I already proved to the world that I can be a ventriloquist, and so I think a part of me wanted to prove like I can hold my own as a solo artist, and I still believe I can, but I think there's also like a right time for everything, and it may not have been the right time, or like I just maybe was a little impatient with my music and didn't like allow more time for it, and when the judges kind of like crapped on me on live television, a part of me was like, well, dang, I guess maybe I can't be a solo artist, but I don't believe that anymore. So I think my heart broke a little bit that day, but I really had to tell myself, like, when I have a passion, I really have to listen to myself, because that's what I did with ventriloquism, and I did the exact same thing with music. So I don't really regret, like, going on live television and being like, yeah, well, here's this Simon Cowell, in a respectful way, of course. So, yeah. But, yeah, my heart did break a bit, because I was really excited about that. But anyway.
That makes total sense. So that definitely was one of those moments where you wish you could have been your 12-year-old self, which leads me to my next question. If you could go back in time and say something to the 12-year-old version of you, what would you say?
Holy cow, what a question. Honestly, I would probably just validate myself. I knew at the time, like at 12, I was so passionate. I let that drive me, as opposed to like, I want to be successful and famous. Really just like came from a place of, I have such a love for this dead art and I just want to show it to people. I honestly just validate younger me and be like, keep that passion, like keep listening to that above everything else. That's probably what I would do. That's so sweet though. Aww.
That is really sweet. Do you currently keep in contact with any of the other acts from your season? Are you still friends with any of them?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Like honestly, just like the people that I got really close with on my season, like Angelica Hale and Christian Gordino and Sarah and Hero, the dog act, Preacher Lawson. Like I'm good friends with like a lot of the contestants that were on my season. Just really good and really talented people, so.
That is so great to hear that you guys all keep in contact. Okay. Now we're going to end with a little quick fire speed round, and I'm going to ask you some questions and just tell us the first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
What is a passion or fear that fans don't already know about you?
One dream that I've had for a long time is to have my own TV show, whether that's like a sitcom with my puppets or like a variety show.
What's something nerdy about you?
I have like 4 typewriters because I'm obsessed with them. And I also collect dead butterflies. I didn't kill them, obviously, but yeah, I've got like a frame of about like 15 of them, and then I have some of them in like little glass things. Yeah, I love butterflies and typewriters.
What is your favorite song right now?
I'm obsessed with this song called You Stole the Show by Sienna Spiro. Incredible ballad, and it's soulful. Like, she sounds kind of like a young Adele, but she's got like Amy Winehouse like raspiness to her.
What's your favorite snack?
I love spicy Cheetos, and also the Reese's Nutrageous. It's literally like a Payday, but Reese's brand, and it's so much better than a Payday.
Who would you play in Wicked?
Hands down, I would be Glinda. I'm a huge Kristen Chenoweth fan, and I also love Ariana Grande, so I definitely would choose Glinda. Glinda.
What's your favorite place that you've traveled on tour?
I'm definitely gonna have to go with Alaska because it was just beautiful. Played the Alaska State Fair, and so the whole time I was outside, there were just mountains in the background, and it was pretty awesome.
Is there anything cool about your life that people might not know?
I've been to all 50 states. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people know that, or maybe not.
And finally, what do you have going on right now?
I just put out a new song. It's called Better Late Than Never. It's like a personal anthem song, like not letting anyone hold you back and doing what you want. And I think if you have a dream, it's better late than never to do it. Go for it. And then of course my current tour that I'm on, the Up Close and Personal tour. If you want to see if I'm coming to a city near you, DarciLynne.com to get tickets. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Darci. It was so nice to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for all the questions. Bye.
Which AGT star should we catch up with next? Leave your comments down below. I'm Starla Sampaco, and that was Talent Recaps The Catch Up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.